Grace and peace to you, my fellow Night Stalkers and family members. I'm Chaplain Joey Odell, the Regiment Chaplain. In this Easter week, I'd like to talk to you about decisions we're all making today during this lockdown that will have long-term impacts upon ourselves and upon our families. We've all found ourselves realizing that we may have made assumptions about ourselves that aren't true. Many of us have believed that the challenges of our relationships are just a function of the difficult operational and deployment schedules that we work under. But now that we're home so much more, we're finding that our relationship conflicts aren't fixed just by being together more. In fact, some of us are discovering that our relationship systems work better when one of us is leaving and returning all the time. So, we're forced to do at least one of two things. Work on the issues we've identified, but have kind of swept under the rug over the years as a function of just trying to get by with our crazy schedules. Or pick up some coping mechanisms we think will be temporary and get us through this lockdown period so that we can get back to business as usual on the other side of it. Well, obviously, as your chaplain, I'm going to recommend the first. For many of you, you now have time where you can meet together with the chaplain or another provider, and without worrying about childcare or work schedules in a way that you didn't have those things before. Now, I know that remote counseling may not feel ideal, but let me tell you, as a guy who has done multiple remote counseling sessions with individuals and with couples, that it's well worth the minimal investment of your time. I also want to talk to you about the coping strategies, particularly for those who aren't at work much or not even at all. There are healthy coping mechanisms and unhealthy coping mechanisms, and you don't really need me to tell you which is which. You kind of already know. I'm asking you to take a step back, to look at how you are coping with the changes you've faced right now and the habits you're developing right now in the midst of this time. The coping strategies you now use will set you up with habits that will continue, so they'll have long-term effects upon you and upon your relationships. As the Apostle Paul says in his letter to the Ephesians, pay careful attention, then, to how you live, not as unwise people, but as wise, making the most of the time because the days are evil. The days may be evil, but these days will come to an end. When we can get back to our more normal life, let's make sure that we've used this time well to set ourselves up and our families for our future together. God bless, and Night Stalkers don't quit.